game and what you see on film from these guys. They run big personnel groupings, a lot of 3 tight end looks, stuff like that. They haven't changed much the last 4 years.
They do everything. I think there's 9 or 10 different personnel groupings. They probably count more, but we got it whittled down to they do use multiple people in a variety of ways, but you'll see everything from empty to 7 offensive linemen with 3 tight ends. A lot of shifting and motion and pre-snap eye candy, as we call it, and but the emphasis is on running and play action, and attacking you downfield when they do throw it. Got a good little screen game and attacking the edges of your defense with sweep game and as well as the power game and counter game as well. So physical and mental challenge both, and the guys got to really be focused and on point in regards to the adjustments.
What's the difference in their 2 quarterbacks?
I don't really see a bunch of difference. I don't. Got different jersey numbers and different last names, different mamas, but really they're mobile and throw on the run well, and young guys that were thrown into action because of their injury, but guys that got good arms and can move and that type of thing. So
they run a lot of off-balance lines. I watched the Florida State game and saw a lot of off-balance lines, and it was not just a gimmick thing. They used it a lot. Mm-hmm. It's something that you've not seen that much this year. How do you get the guys prepared for that?
We work a lot of end over and tackle over. We work that a lot. Louisville had a couple different packages where they do that. Our offense occasionally will do some stuff like that. So that's always part of our install, and always try to give. Our guys are familiar, even for field goal, week to week. Last week, people field goal, they do some unbalanced 4x2 and some tackle eligible stuff. So you're constantly, because it's different, we try to keep that in front of our guys, keep it fresh in their minds on what it is that we like to do and how it affects us.
You're a prideful guy. You see all the stats for DC defense, number 1 in the last in so many different categories. Your defense. I
really have just heard. I don't.
But your defense is right. I mean, you feel like this is an opportunity for your defense to say, you know what, we're right there.
Here's what I think. I think the best defense on Saturday, their team will win the game. I believe that wholeheartedly. So I think that's the challenge. I'm not real big on trying to compare us to somebody else. I just hope what we're doing is the right thing, and that we perform and we come ready to play. We do a good job preparing our guys. So everything's week to week. What you did a week ago or 2 weeks ago has nothing to do with what you do this week. I'm a believer in that, and you got to start over and put a good plan together and make sure your players understand what to do, and then they go out there and play with an edge and an energy and an attitude and being physical and playing with discipline and technique and fundamentals and play hard. And it's an emotional game, so they got to bring that as well. And I think it's going to be a great challenge where, again, I think you see it going back and forth. And again, I just believe in my heart of hearts the best defense that performs the best on Saturday will win the game.
They've struggled on offense the past few weeks. What have you seen on tape of them or film that's kind of caused
I think they're a ball control offense that knows they have a great defense that is going to try to play well and possessing the football and taking advantage of things that you might be doing. And we were fortunate to win a year ago with the same kind of an offense that they dropped some balls, had some guys wide open, and we gave up some big plays. I think that you'll see some similarities to their plan and their approach. A heavy dose of run and a heavy dose of play action to complement it, and a variety of the trick plays, if you will, to test your discipline as well. So it actually really stresses you out. It's like Georgia Tech is. You're going to get the run. How in the heck are those guys running wide open? And it really challenges you for 60 minutes. They do something different than Georgia Tech is, again, all the variety of personnel groups and the adjustments that you have to make and package and matching up with what they have and the things that they do. So they actually, it's an in-depth preparation. It's not real simple. So,
Coach Dorian Daniel's skill set last week and last year's Georgia Tech game, it seems like it was involved in your game plan. Obviously, you had his skill set leaned something towards that game plan. Has his performance last week led you to put him into the game plans for the future?
I don't know. Yeah, he's done well. He's done real well. And he's earned our trust. And he's really come a long way since he's been here. So you'll see more of him.
What made preparing for and going up against the Steve Spurrier offense a challenge? How did you do?
He's just smart. He puts his players in a competitive advantage. He has answers to what you're doing, and his guys understand those answers. They play with an edge, kind of a go for broke, kind of an attitude, and they've recruited some good players through the years that are dynamic in their different ways, whether it's a quarterback or the receivers or backs or tight ends, and he's a confident guy, and that transcends through his players.
How much of his impact on college football have you seen in offenses over your career?
Well, I think I don't know if he was doing the spread before everybody else, but I think they called it the fun and gun, and boy, he did it better than anybody. And I think he said he's never had a losing season in his coaching career, and I think he's always been somebody that people respected. He said what's on his mind. He's not afraid to tell it. He says what you're thinking, and that's refreshing. And he's a winner. He's a proven winner. Who doesn't respect that? But obviously his ability to coach quarterbacks and run offense and understand defense. He does a great job as a teacher and putting it in its pure, simplest form. And people think that he's always been a guy that wants to throw the ball all over the place, but the run game is something that's been a huge part of his success offensively. And he's somebody that's always hung his hat on that run game, complementing his offense. So he's a Hall of Fame coach, well-deserved, successful, incredibly successful career. So we wish him luck.
You mentioned kick coverage seems much improved. That falls under your purview, as I understand it.
Week to week, you're weak from humility in this business. So we got a ways to go still. We've got a lot of our defensive guys on there, and they need to keep getting better and understanding and technique. And kicker doing what he needs to do always helps. So it was better last week, but it'll get challenged every week.
You mentioned with Saturday's game, it come down to which defense is better. Is that something you think excites your players, knowing that this could be a defensive battle that they
I think you ask them. I think they'll be best ones to answer. But as a coach, I know that's a fact. So that's exciting in itself. But every week's exciting. The challenge to put together a plan that gives your players and your team a chance to win. So I don't think there'll be a real margin for error this week.